I swear, the moment I saw Anastasia walking into that ballroom, I already knew something ugly was about to happen. That woman carries chaos around her like perfume. Everywhere she goes, in Fairmont Crest, somebody ends up humiliated, exposed, or emotionally destroyed. And honestly, it seems like she enjoys it. That's the part that keeps bothering me. This was never just about rivalry. This feels deeper, much deeper. The entire atmosphere around the Dupree family has already been tense lately, and Anastasia appears to thrive on that tension, especially when it comes to Samantha. I keep thinking about all those cruel remarks Anastasia made over the years, constantly reminding Samantha that she supposedly doesn't belong, constantly attacking her identity, saying she doesn't carry the right blood. And maybe Anastasia thought those words would eventually break her. Maybe she expected Samantha to become insecure, bitter, or ashamed of June. But the shocking part is that none of it worked. If anything, Samantha became stronger because of it. And I think that is exactly what infuriates Anastasia the most, because Samantha never hid from the truth. She never denied June. She never acted embarrassed about her past. In fact, I think Samantha embracing June publicly may have unintentionally destroyed Anastasia's entire strategy. It could be that Anastasia expected shame to divide this family, but instead the Duprees closed ranks around Samantha even harder. Nicole, especially, Vernon too, and honestly, Samantha calling her life double the love instead of broken, that probably hit Anastasia like a slap in the face. Because some people can't stand seeing others survive pain without becoming miserable. And I keep thinking there's another layer nobody is talking about. Anastasia's obsession with Samantha seems like more than just competition involving her granddaughter. I think Samantha represents something Anastasia can never control. Samantha is living proof that love matters more than status, that loyalty matters more than bloodlines. In Fairmont Crest, that idea is dangerous, extremely dangerous. That's why this upcoming gala feels so important. Not because of the dresses, not because of the competition, but because appearances are everything in that world. Public image is currency there. And Samantha walking into that ballroom in that white dress, looking radiant, confident, completely loved by the Duprees, I honestly think that moment may have triggered something dark inside Anastasia, especially after Ava helped Samantha with her hair. And I need to talk about Ava for a second because it seems like she may unknowingly be placing herself right in the middle of a war she doesn't fully understand yet. Eva helping Samantha shine at the gala could look innocent on the surface, but in families like these, every alliance means something. Every gesture becomes political. I wouldn't be surprised if Anastasia starts viewing Eva as another enemy now. The scary thing is that Anastasia doesn't strike me as someone who cools down once embarrassed. She escalates. So when I picture that moment with the champagne glass, I honestly get chills because I don't think the spill itself was the real point. No, I think the public humiliation was. I can almost imagine Anastasia standing there, watching Samantha glow under those ballroom lights, watching people admire her, watching the Duprees celebrate her, and realizing that despite all her efforts, Samantha was still winning, not by money, not by bloodline, but emotionally, and that may have been unbearable for her. So when Samantha pushed back verbally instead of shrinking away, it seems like Anastasia snapped completely. The champagne throw may have looked impulsive, but honestly, I'm starting to believe it was building for years. And the worst part is that this could change everything moving forward because Nicole stepping in wasn't just grandmotherly protection. No, that felt like a declaration of war. Nicole threatening to remove Anastasia from the country club and social circles may sound small to outsiders, but in Fairmont Crest, social exile is devastating. Reputation is power there. Invitations are power. Influence is power. If Nicole truly decides to destroy Anastasia socially, this conflict could spiral into something vicious. And somehow, I don't think Anastasia will go quietly. Actually, it could be the exact opposite. I have this terrible feeling that Anastasia may retaliate in ways nobody expects. Public embarrassment may only be phase one, because women like Anastasia rarely attack directly unless they already have another move prepared behind the scenes. What if she starts targeting June next? That possibility keeps sitting in the back of my mind. June is Samantha's emotional foundation. Anastasia knows that. Everyone knows that. And since Samantha refuses to feel ashamed of June's past, it seems like Anastasia may decide to weaponize that past even harder. I wouldn't be shocked if rumors suddenly start spreading around Fairmont Crest about June again. Old records, old stories, old humiliations resurfacing at the worst possible time. And honestly, the timing of this gala disaster feels suspicious to me. Too suspicious? Because if Samantha was publicly humiliated at the exact same moment Nicole defended her, then suddenly the entire club is forced to choose sides. That changes the social balance instantly. Some people will support Nicole. Others may secretly agree with Anastasia but stay silent. And in elite communities, silence can be more dangerous than open hatred. I also think Samantha herself may not realize how much power she's starting to hold. That confidence she has, that optimism, it threatens people, especially people who built their identities around superiority. And the more Samantha rises, the uglier the attacks may become. What scares me is that Samantha still sees the best in people. She believes love can overcome bitterness. I admire that about her, but it could be exactly what leaves her vulnerable. Because I'm not convinced Anastasia has limits anymore. The image I can't stop replaying in my head is Samantha standing there in that ruined white dress after the champagne spill. The symbolism feels too intentional. White usually represents innocence, new beginnings, purity. And then suddenly it's stained in front of everyone. No one can convince me that moment was accidental emotionally. I think Anastasia wanted to stain Samantha publicly, maybe even psychologically. But here's where things become complicated. Because if Anastasia expected Samantha to collapse, she may have made a huge mistake. Humiliation sometimes creates transformation. And it seems like this incident could push Samantha into becoming even stronger, even more determined, even more respected inside the Dupree family. Nicole defending her publicly may have already sealed that bond permanently. After this, I honestly don't see anyone in the family questioning Samantha's place ever again. Ironically, Anastasia may have achieved the exact opposite of what she wanted, but that still doesn't mean Samantha is safe. Not even close. Because the more united the Duprees become around Samantha, the more isolated Anastasia and her granddaughter may feel. And isolated people make reckless choices, desperate choices. I keep wondering if this gala incident is only the beginning of something far more dangerous. Maybe financial sabotage, maybe secrets leaking, maybe someone being framed, maybe an attempt to destroy Samantha's future opportunities before she fully steps into her power. And honestly, I wouldn't even rule out the possibility that Anastasia has allies we still don't know about. Fairmont Crest is full of people smiling in public while plotting in private. The truth may be far more complicated than what we're seeing on the surface. What if somebody inside the club secretly encouraged Anastasia? What if someone else also fears Samantha's growing influence? That's the kind of thing I keep thinking about. Because Samantha represents change, and powerful communities rarely welcome change peacefully, especially when that change comes from someone they once looked down on. Right now, everyone is focused on the champagne incident itself, but I think the real story is what comes after. The resentment, the retaliation, the alliances forming quietly behind closed doors. And honestly, I don't think Anastasia is done embarrassing Samantha. I think she just crossed a line she can never uncross. The question is whether Samantha will continue responding with grace or whether this moment finally pushes her into becoming someone Fairmont Crest never saw coming.